Alright, so I woke up early on my born day, right? Happy birthday to me. It's 44 for me. Got the nothing bun cake, you know what I'm saying? The confetti jar. I also got the lemon jar, right? Because it's a close second to this. I'm gonna dig in and enjoy it. Shout out to the homie Emily for hooking your boy up. I appreciate it. Go ahead and dig into this real quick. They forks be so flimsy. I'm finna get into it though, for real. Yep. Happy birthday to me. You know what I mean? I'm grateful. I'm thankful. And I was just, I was listening to a sermon on my way over here, and then I paused the sermon so I could have a conversation with God on my way over here. And the conversation, it went something like, it was just alluding to how I am. It's no problem for me to believe what the Word of God says. It's no problem for me to believe what the Word of God says for other people, right? But when it comes to me and believing it for myself, it's not even necessarily that I don't. I was telling God, look, I'm going to give you the glory regardless. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent, rain, snow, sleet, hail, high water, right? I'm going to give you the glory regardless of what it looks like, right? I did, however, ask for, visible proof in my life that God's hand is on my life. And like I was telling him, it's not that I don't believe that his hand is on my life. It's not at all. And I know we're supposed to go and preach and teach the gospel, and I mean, really, our lives are supposed to be the gospel, and people are supposed to ask questions. And that's what I was asking about. I was just like, Lord, look, make it evident, right, for other people, that your hand is on my life. It's not necessarily that I don't believe God's hand is on my life because I know better than that, right? Like, I know better than that, and I'm grateful and I'm thankful. But I do know that, it's also not good for man to be alone, right? We're supposed to, there's supposed to be this community, right, that we're all a part of. And, I haven't quite fit into that space yet. I walk through life generally feeling like I'm a loner, you know what I mean? And it is what it is, right? It's not necessarily that I have to be around or up underneath somebody all the time, but also, to be in a room full of people and feel like, nobody quite gets you, those type things. Like, to not have a platform to connect with people, and people say, oh, social media. Listen, it's only so much social media that I can do. This was my cousin's idea, just because I'm real big on free game, right? Just free game. I'm in the military, I'm an instructor, and I tell my trainees all the time, free game. It's time for free game. So it's, and I'm grateful for that I'm able to do that. So, I would relish the opportunity to be able to do that, on a much more regular scale, if you will, like a more frequent scale. It's not that I don't get to do it at all, So I was just talking to God this morning. The word says ask, seek, and knock. And continue to do so. I was listening to Joyce Meyer one time, and she said, you know, this lady was talking to her about, you know, asking God for money. And Joyce said, she looked at the lady like the lady had a problem asking God for money. And Joyce looked at the lady and said, well, do you want any money? And the lady said, yeah. She said, well, you got to ask. Like, you know, and if nothing else, you know, I just told God, I said, look, my heart is that people would look at my life and see you. And, you know, certain things make that easier, right? Certain things make it more readily accessible for, you know. So yeah, just free game. I told God my heart, I said, look, my heart is for people so you know, the miracles that people talk about, and they talk about miracles and they talk about God being there for them and stuff. I got those all day, and we can go, right? We can go. However, I want God to be the Lord of all of my life and not just the sum of it. It's not like, you know, I got the mental peace, you know, but I don't have no money, right? Or I don't know how to, I told God I want a better relationship with money. You know, it's not that I just want you to dump a lot of money in my life, although I wouldn't be averse. I don't think any of us would, but, you know, I want to leave a legacy for my family. I told God I want to be like the people who got millions and millions and millions of dollars and for their kids, and they had money in their family for generations. I want to be, and it's when you're starting it, right, with that in mind, of course it seems impossible for, I don't know what idea God could give me and how it could manifest that I'm able to give $1 million tithe faithfully, right? Which is what I absolutely want to do that, right? But there are people who can, and there are people who could do it until they turn 200 and still have money in the bank. And that's the kind of God we serve, and I want to end on that, and I'm just gonna be real about it. And I don't believe that God has a problem with that. I believe that that is definitely something that I should be asking for, because it's gonna outlive me, right? I'm talking about, I want enough money that I couldn't spend it all in a lifetime. And I'm not just talking about for what I want, right? But the things that I want include people. It's not that I just want to be an island under myself and have all of this money and be able to do what I want when I want, right? When it's time to go, I want to be able to go. I want to have the resource to be able to do what it is that God has called me to do on the earth. And I want people to look at my life and see that. And I know that there are many things that I have to learn first, and I have to take responsibility for where I am. But I wanted God to know this morning that my heart for asking that is that, you know, I want him to know I believe in the word. I just want to see it manifest for me too, right? I see it manifest for other people all the time. And I love when good stuff happen to good people, right? I love when good stuff happen to God's people. And I'm God's people. And I'm not saying that good things don't happen to me. That's not what I'm saying. It might come off as ungrateful. That's not what this is. Not at all, right? I am grateful, and I'm generous, and I'm a giver. And you know, the one thing that God told us we could test him on in the Bible, in the Word of God, the whole Word of God, the one thing was bringing a tithe to the storehouse, right? And that is my mentality. That is my heart. That is what I do. That is what I will continue to do. And I just wanted to, you know, let him know. I'm expecting, not demanding, but expecting. And expecting because that's what you said. You said test you and see. And I want to see. And that's just real talk.